So in the midst of writing this One Punch Man video that I'm not exactly sure how I will get out now or when I will get out now because I have so much to catch up on. This is the this is some of the best news I've seen. I'm not. I expected it, but it's just happy to see it. So Mob Psycho 100 second season coming soon. I can't wait. I legitimately lost my mind. I was like, wow, really? Like this is what's happening, because you have Mob Psycho 100, and then you have the second season of One Punch Man. Two of those things I'm really invested in, and well, I want to say really invested. I've legitimately only watched the shows. The manga is something that I need to catch up on. But everyone's gonna be like, oh, Caleb, you've never spoken to us exactly about Mob Psycho 100. And you haven't really gone that much about One Punch Man either. And those, I can totally understand that. I haven't invested, I haven't made videos on a lot of things that I hold interest to. There's a lot of anime and other things too, like comics and also video game stuff that I hold interest to that I haven't gone over yet. For example, I haven't gone a lot over My Hero, which I want to do more. There's Hunter, there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's a lot. There's so much that I actually love to do, or Yu Yu Hakusho. There's so many things I want to get invested in, video wise, but to go about it, I would have to separate a lot of time for it. But now I'm finally in an area where yes, I want to talk about insert series here, and I want to show it off to the people that have subscribed to me and those that possibly might hold an interest in it. And for those that do hold an interest in both Mob Psycho 100 and One Punch Man, be sure to tell the people in the comments about how much you actually like it, because this is something that I legitimately was so happy on watching, and I continue to watch through like each episode. I just kept on going on to the next one. I honestly, I had to force myself to separate it on the days, because I was about to legitimately binge watch the whole thing in one day, because I was legitimately like, this, I can't stop watching this. This is actually pretty fun and interesting. And for it, all those, especially due to the animation quality, I lost my mind. It was ridiculous. I can't. With being fully honest with you, I was actually astonished. I was trying to say astonished and astounded at the same time, but there was so much joy when seeing this type of animation deal going on with this type of anime. It was so confusing, because you have such just looking at Mob's face, you can tell that it's like, oh man, this kid seems pretty simple. And then you would think that with like a lot of the art style, a lot of these characters, you wouldn't think that, oh, this anime isn't going to be like pretty ridiculous with how it approaches a lot of these things and a lot of topics in general, family stuff, and even personal issues that people hold with themselves. It just approaches that with this crazy animation style too, and it mixes it all together. And I lost my mind. I'm just like, wow, this is this is heat. There wasn't much to say for it, I guess, but a lot of people legitimately liked Mob Psycho. I know a lot of personal friends that do. They also do. Well, I haven't seen that many people advocate for One Punch Man, which is pretty odd, because I would think that even if it being like way back, like the anime was pretty far back, I would still think that there'd be a good amount of One Punch Man fans hanging around that read the manga and would definitely love to talk about it and all that. But if you guys are if you guys are those people, be sure to comment that, because I want to see exactly how many people love Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, because that's those two, since they're made by the same people, those two are just very, very well written anime. Not in the sense of where it's like, I don't compare it to something where it's just like, oh yeah, this is like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like this is the reincarnation of that. I don't say anything like that. Like this isn't Evangelion or something like that. It's not something insane, but to where it's just like, this is actually an anime where you can see it as it's very, I don't want to put the word as hospitable. It's a very home anime. Not exactly where it's just like, oh, it's homely where everyone's just extremely comfortable, but it seems like it's a show where you can consistently watch it. For me, I can actually continue to watch Mob Psycho episodes and I would not get bored of it. It's just one of those shows that you can't legitimately have an issue with. It's just so casual, but yet you can get so invested to it with how much stuff is involved, and there's so much to go about it, and so much how it progresses through. The manga's already finished. You guys can go ahead and read that. I'm gonna read it too, but I have to catch up on a couple things. There's actually a lot of manga that I haven't fully caught up on, but I'm doing so in my own free time, which is difficult to do with all these videos. But yes, you guys can understand. For everyone that does have free time, make sure to pick up this manga on the side. But there's so much to look forward to. I haven't exactly looked into most of the news that went hand in hand with this. I'm not exactly sure on what I got, but because the only information that I got from this was Twitter and my emails from my anime list and all that, which I do have on my anime list. I'm waiting till I actually have some certain things on the board for that. If there was a website for movies alone, you guys could definitely check that out if I had it, but there's not, so leave that alone. But I can't wait to go see it. I'm not gonna be that guy who's just like, oh man, I can't wait to just only see the anime. I'm definitely going to read up first, so I get I get something to expect in the future. And I hope that you guys too, that you guys would too, because this is pretty good. And this goes with anything, like usually with anything that has a manga that gets turned into an anime. Be sure to hit up the manga, because you have to realize this manga, usually the manga are done by only a few people, and this is a lot of hand drawing that goes into it, and you can respect the art style usually done for it. Like, this is what I usually say about JoJo, with Araki being the only artist that you would see that, and you're just like, wow, I have to appreciate a lot of this artwork that's being done. And then after that, like, certain things in the manga won't be as detailed, certain things in the anime won't be as detailed as in the manga, and it's just something that you just won't see. They can't touch it. So be sure to check the manga of Mob Psycho 100. I know it sounds stupid for me to say it when I haven't even fully done it, but you know, I'm gonna practice what I preach. So there you go with that. But everybody that does enjoy Mob Psycho 100 and One Punch Man, be sure to leave that in the comments. If there's a bunch of anime that for anybody, actually, if there's anime that you think that people don't talk about as much, that should be talked about more, be sure to put that in the comments too. If it's like anything that I'd hold interest in, I'd probably make a video on it also. But that's about it for this. I'm so happy for this. I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna read it first though, so I don't end up being left behind and possibly being spoiled on Twitter, because that usually happens to me. I'll see you guys in the next one though. So until then, peace out and Godspeed.